Hello, welcome to podcast number 42, Vandy Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. Time does fly, so I hope you've enjoyed all the previous 41. A few things last week on preservation, which I'm sure you've all got your own ideas on. But anyway, this week I thought I'd go back to my passion of cricket collecting, which is the ships, signed ships that took the MCC side and Australian sides and South African sides to their destination for their cricket tours. It's been my passion for basically since I started collecting cricket memorabilia, which, as you probably know, led to my writing of a book called Across the Oceans, which is here. And on the front there, there's these fortunately are all sold out, but you can actually get a couple from or a copy from Mike Down, who has got a couple of copies left if you're desperate for one, which took me a long time to write, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And there was 100 of those, and then there was 15 of the limited edition ones. So these all sold quite nicely, so I was really proud of that. So your passion can lead to something quite special if you persevere with it. So anyway, let's just start with my earliest one, signed ship, which is the Austerley. Hope you can see that. That's the MCC team to Australia in 1921, obviously the first tour after the war. There's some great names in there, but the other nice thing about this one, it's got the photographer's name on the bottom there, which makes it quite special, which is in Gravesend, W.T. Munns. So that's a nice one to start off with. That's taken at Gravesend, that one. So the next one will be 1924. So I've got a couple that took the team out to Australia, which is this one here. And this one is was my first signed ship photograph, which actually came from David Frith. I met him at the Christie's auction where he was selling some stuff, and this one didn't sell, so I offered him a lift home, and in the back of the boot, when he put all his stuff in the boot, there was this photograph of the Ormond 1924-25, fully signed, and not actually been out of its frame at all. So absolutely prized possession, that one. So that was my very first one, which was got a nice little story to it. So that's what kicked me off. And then in the same photograph, this one was Herbert Sutcliffe's presentation copy from the 1924 team. You can see it's quite highlighted at the top there. It's got the purser and the captain or commandant of a ship on that one. So that's quite a nice possession, that one. That was in Herbert Sutcliffe's collection. That's quite nice. And then the trip home, we have here the Malaysia, which is a nice signed copy. Missing APF Chapman, who went to New Zealand for a holiday on this one. But this again has got the photograph's name of Sydney, which makes it quite a nice example. The earliest one I've seen actually of a signed ship is 1903 for the MCC side, which was sold quite well at auction quite a few years ago. So that's the earliest one I've seen. So whether that will emerge again or not, I don't know. So we're going to go up to the sort of First World War today, Second World War today rather, sorry, of the ships. And this one is the next one, is MCC to South Africa. Now they come in, these come in postcard forms, which is this one, or a photograph form, larger or smaller. You can generally tell a presentation copy to the player. Actually, there's one behind me there, which is the South Africa one, 1938. That's the presentation copy. But this is a nice fully signed one. Lord Tennyson on the top there. We've got George Geary and Ernest Tilsley, Russell, quite a few on there, nice names. Merritt, so that's a nice one. MCC South Africa. Next one is Return Journey, MCC 1926-27 from India. Which is just a constable up there, A.R. Gilligan, R.E.S. Wyatt. Needs a bit of restoration, this one, but it's a rare photograph. So looking forward to getting that. This one Ocean Trading Company Southampton. So naturally you've got that on board ship, but got a nasty crease down it, but that doesn't, it reflects it a little bit, but I could soon get that repaired. That's quite a nice one. Next one is, the next one's down here, which is 1928. This is a lovely photograph. This one's fully signed. This is the Tranto, 1928 Journey Out. It's a lovely photograph of the ship there, fully signed. This was actually left to Mr. Bartholomew on the ship, which it's written on the back of the photograph. And you could buy these photographs of the ships in the barber shop and elsewhere on the ship. So quite a nice memento of your journey. This one is the return trip, which is going the Ormond this time. This one was given to L.V. James, who's the captain of the ship. But you might, if you study it closely, you might see there's a couple up there, APF Chapman and Douglas Jardine, on this 1924, which are not correct. So I'm assuming that the captain possibly filled those names in, but all the rest are quite nice. And it's got Southerton there with Reuters on the bottom, so that's quite a nice little addition. Yeah, and this one here is 2930. This is the team to Australia, New Zealand on the Orangutan, which is a postcard form size, real photograph. On the back there it's signed by the side there with Gilligan at the top, Dilip Sinji, Benson, Allen, Barrett, and Woolley at the bottom there, which is quite a nice postcard, and quite a rare one too. Where do we go to next? So next one we're going to go to 1936, which is possibly my favourite photograph of the ship. Docked in Venice, 1936, side out to Australia. We've got Arthur Fagg on there and everybody else. A couple of the signatures a little bit faded, but it's a lovely photograph. And this one was generally given to the players, one of the players, but I'm not quite sure which one this is, but it's a nice photograph, that one. So 36, so that's up to the war. We've got 38 obviously, which is this one here, which is one of my new purchases, which has got a nice presentation copy. So this is obviously the timeless test series, and the final test was 10 days long. I had to pack it in and catch this one home. So it's a lovely presentation copy, that one. So I'm pleased to get that one. So there's obviously a few more that you can get during in this period of time, from 1920 to from the end of the First World War to the start of the Second World War. But quite rare things, and they do come at a bit of an expense, but it's one of my passions, so I keep going on the collection of these ships. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one. Next week we'll go on after the war and go past from 1946-47, which is the first two after the war to Australia, and then I've got some Australian ones and some South African ones. I think we've got about 32 now signed ships, so it's coming on quite nicely. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheerio!